The democratic culture of the State of Israel predates the establishment of the state. Here are two historical examples that inform Israel's democratic culture. The first example is the first Zionist Congress in Basel, Switzerland, which took place in 1897. There, representatives of various Jewish communities democratically debated how to fulfill Jewish self-determination. That is to say, democratic processes were adopted to make important decisions based on majority vote. The second example is the pre-state political system in the land of Israel. Under the Ottoman Empire, and later under the British Mandate, Jews developed a political system that was also based on proportional representation and commitment to democratic principles. These two historical examples of Jews employing the democratic process were forerunners to the democratic culture of the State of Israel. The commitment to democratic principles, values, and practices are Israel's basic norms, or unwritten rules. These basic norms sustained Israeli democracy long before laws dealing with the political system were enacted. Today, they are still central to Israel's democracy.
Although Israel does not have a written constitution, it does have constitutional principles, which are defined by its Declaration of Independence, judicial system, parliament, and basic laws. First, a word about the basic laws. In March 1948, the Yeshuv's leadership founded the National Council, giving representation to all factions of the Jewish community in Palestine. The council elected an executive body headed by David Ben-Gurion. 2 months later, after British forces left Palestine, the National Council declared the State of Israel's independence. This body acted as the provisional executive branch of the newly born state, until the first elections a year later. Once elected, the new legislative branch, called the Knesset, could not agree whether or not to issue a formal constitution. In 1950, Knesset members voted to postpone issuing a formal constitution. This decision was called the Harari Compromise.
This decision was to gradually adopt a set of basic laws, each covering a different aspect of the state, such as the relationship between the branches of government and the relationship between the citizens and the organs of the state. The idea behind the Harari decision is that the basic laws will someday serve as chapters in a future constitution that will be formally adopted by Parliament. Basic laws are different from ordinary laws in the sense that they are protected from being suspended, changed, or contradicted by emergency regulations. Some basic laws also include a special protection clause, stipulating that a special majority is needed in order to change the basic law. In 1995, the Israeli Supreme Court decided that all basic laws, whether they have special clauses or not, have a status of an informal constitution. However, complicated academic and political debates continue about the status of basic laws relative to regular laws, given the fact that the legislator has not yet declared the basic laws a formal constitution. Nevertheless, basic laws are important because the Supreme Court regards them as de facto constitution.